Hi, this is Carol, and welcome to today's Daily Dose. This week, we've read the first 3 chapters of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. What really stood out to me in these 3 chapters is the difference between the households of the Dursleys and the Weasleys. The Dursleys are what we would think of as being normal, meaning they're not wizards. But I find the Weasleys to be a lot more normal, despite the fact that they're wizards. Mrs. Dursley is doing an absolutely wonderful job of raising a spoiled, rotten brat, who in her eyes can do absolutely nothing wrong. Mrs. Weasley's boys aren't angels, but she does seem to be raising more well-balanced boys. The Dursleys are all about appearance and wanting to be normal. I definitely don't get the same idea about the Weasleys. I really like Mrs. Weasley. I wonder what it would be like to be a wizarding mom, a wizarding homemaker. I wonder about the rules regarding when you can and cannot use magic within your own home. Could Mrs. Dursley just cook up some dinner with the flip of her wand? Does she actually have to do the laundry, or is the laundry just a snap and it's all done? How about the dusting? Maybe just a and the dust is all gone. Are there rules as to how you can and cannot use magic in regards to disciplining your children? Do you have to go out and run the errands? Or does the stuff just magically appear at home that you need? The groceries, the things from the pharmacy. Of course, you have the frog pond out back that you can whip up a spell. I can think of a variety of ways I'd like to use some magic around here to get things in order. I decided to try a little bit of magic myself. Oh, if only it were that easy. I get the feeling that Mrs. Weasley is the disciplinarian in their household. She definitely wasn't happy about the midnight romp or the all-night romp of the boys as they went off in the car, the magical floating car, and she doesn't let the matter drop either. At the Dursleys' house, Harry usually is the one sent out to do all of the hard work as a disciplinary measure. Harry is very mistreated at the Dursleys. I'd just like to know, where are the child welfare services? Here he is at the Weasleys' house, and they're getting disciplined by being sent out to collect the gnomes that have gathered onto the property. I think catching the pests that have come onto the property is an appropriate type of discipline. Unlike Harry, who, when he uses the word magic by accident, nearly gets whacked upside the head by a soapy frying pan and then is sent outside to wash the windows, trim the flower beds, paint the garden bench, prune and feed the roses, wash the car, all on the same day for what seemed to be an honest mistake, while Dudley sits around and eats ice cream and watches. I find it interesting that Mrs. Weasley is allowing Harry to go off to bed, and yet he decides to go off with the boys to catch the gnomes that have snuck into the yard. It's a new adventure. I had to laugh at this part. Mrs. Weasley is yelling at the boys when they've just come back with the car. She says, "You could have died. You could have been seen. You could have lost your father his job." It seemed to go on for hours. Mrs. Weasley had shouted herself hoarse before she turned on Harry, who backed away. "I'm very pleased to see you, Harry dear. Come in and have some breakfast." This really made me laugh. It made me think of when I was a teenager and my mom would be angry with us for something that we did, and she'd be yelling at us, and the phone would ring and she'd say, "Hello," or real sweet, talking to whoever was on the phone. I never really got that until I was a mother. I know my children have been frustrated by me doing the same kind of thing, but I'm not angry at the person that's on the other end of the phone, or the friend who came to the door. I hope you tune in the rest of the week to hear what the others have to say about those first 3 chapters. Next week, we'll be reading chapters 4, 5, and 6 in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Well, that's all I have for today. I think I'll go whip up a little magic in the kitchen. Bye!